All right then. Hello everyone. Welcome back to Umineko again. Um uh Last time, um these games really do it in a way that they just manage that every episode just ends in a way that makes you completely confused, have many questions, and completely changes the scope of what we thought the story was going to be about. So to summarize episode three, uh basically basically to summarize episode three, it was let's have a story where essentially starts off as normal as usual, but then basically somebody else becomes Beatrice and overtakes Beatrice to become even more evil and even more powerful and even more witch-like than Beatrice, forcing Beatrice to have to humble herself and actually kind of try to help Battler and everybody not die, essentially. Um, except at the very end, we find out that actually, lol, that was all just a big joke. It was all just a big plan because they realized that um, basically there was no way that Battler was ever going to accept Beatrice, which was because Beatrice is an asshole, which was stopping this game from ever actually ending because they would never be able to win as long as Battler hated Beatrice. So they concocted this plan to make Beatrice look like a good person, look like she'd redeemed herself. That way he could finally believe her and finally decide to accept her as a witch and accept the Golden Land and all this stuff. At least that's what they say. The thing is, it was if that was all an act, it was very fucking convincing. Like they spent the entire story on it. So to believe that that was all just essentially acting, it is almost hard to believe. I wonder if there's something more involved with that or something along those lines. Um. Anyway, and so besides all that happening, uh, it also at the end we basically Battler is about to basically say, I respect Beatrice, now I'm going to ready to give up and accept her as a witch and lose the game. And then all of a sudden a new character shows up. And so it turns out it is finally Bern Castle, the other witch, who is also maybe a character from Higurashi, his previous work, or maybe not. So she said she was going to help, and this is how she helped by bringing this new character in, who it turns out is um Ushiromiya Ange, who is Battler's half sister, who technically hasn't technically has been mentioned before that she was like 6 years old at the time of these events are going on, and she was sick, so she wasn't at the family conference where everybody dies. And so basically, she has been brought in from the future, from like another timeline, um, to I guess help. I guess something along those lines because she is also Beatrice technically because so from what I can tell, it's like the reason why this timeline had to like I guess the reason why it's going in this order essentially is that they needed essentially they needed from another timeline they needed another Ushiromiya who was also a witch, and that can only happen in very specific circumstances because the only way a witch can actually like somebody a succession of a witch can be passed from like one person to another is if another witch is there to like basically accept the nomination, and that's something that is hard to do. The only reason it happened in in episode three was because Lambda Delta was there, and she was like, "Oh, I'm going to accept the nomination of changing the Endless Witch from Beatrice to Ava." Um, and so in that situation, in that timeline, it ends with Ava surviving after killing everybody with through her subconscious witch powers, and then she's the only remaining person of the Ishimiya family besides Ange. And then at the end of her life, she decides she's going to give the title of Beatrice to Ange as a way to sort of torture her, and that wouldn't necessarily mean anything. But then Bern Castell shows up, and she's like, "Okay, I'll vouch for that, so it's going to be official." And so that means you have the powers of Beatrice, which means you can come into my alternate timeline bullshit into the game and actually have powers and actually be able to resist Beatrice's powers because you're also Beatrice. Some crazy timeline shit like that. I think that's what's going on. Um, I think so. Hopefully. So yeah, let's just hope that this is all working and everything. Yeah, but basically that's I think what I think the summary of the plot is so far. So we did get uh uh tips. So this is here's the extra stuff. So yeah. So yeah, the daughter of Rudolph and Kyrie, Battler's younger sister. Yeah, technically his half sister. Yes. Um, and so she's from the future, and from like not technically, and she is essentially from like the future timeline of episode 3, I guess. Um, how Berncastel can do that? I don't know, magical witch bullshit. Um, so yeah, Ange Beatrice, the final witch born in 1998. Right, okay, she wasn't born in 1980, but like she was, yeah, the successor became the new Beatrice as in 1998. Yeah, so she has to start from square one because she exists 12 years in the future, you know, and she has natural talent for attacks against anything of an, I don't know what that means. The opposite to his magical resistance, which has got magical offense, I guess. I don't know. Oh no, she's got offense defense. Anyway, but she's from 12 years in the future, so who fucking knows how that all happens? Wait, what's? Oh, okay. So that's. I was like, what does that change button do? Yeah, so that's all the same. I think this is all the same. This is all the same. Yeah, I think this is all. Yeah, and the fucking bunny girls. Anyway, um, so, yeah, the thing. So, this is all this. Okay, so this was interesting because, so this is, no, that's all new. That's all the same. So yeah, this thing is saying the witch Beatrice revived on the ninth twilight and awakened as a true golden witch, and then she killed George. She killed Danjo. She killed Battler. But then she says she didn't kill Jessica. I guess because Jessica had already been blinded. I'm not sure. And the witch invited her to the Golden Land, whatever that means. Then yeah, you sure me, yeah. Blah 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 blah. So that's normal. Uh, this is just shit about the bunny girls. This is not important really because the bunny girls are really stupid. Sorry. Anyway, here we go. In regarding the succession of wishes, noble family wishes, family six, for the propagation of hidden knowledge and subsequent decline in quality. Okay, that's just made shit from Faith, but okay. This rule applies to the endless witches, single arts for people. Yep. Okay. Custom dictates which from analysis exec make a recommendation before a succession may occur. Yeah. So here, saying Lambda Delta recommended Ava, Ben Castell recommended Ange. It's unknown who recommended Vito. During the story, Beatrice inherited the name and position, but that is a recent innovation. Predecessor was the original Beatrice. Her name was Beatrice. All the ancestors before had different names, but after that it became customary for the name to be inherited as well. Okay. Um. Yeah. So we didn't learn that much besides the fact there's time travel now involved, and because we already know that timelines were involved, and fucking basically I'm just like okay the thing that no, that's not right. The thing that made me interested actually was this. So episode 4. Good morning. I'm shocking you have been forced into surrender even now. Blah blah. Not all of the game takes place on the board. However, on taking a little peek on the outside this time around, they say if you know your enemy, you need not fight 100 battles. Difficulty level depends on you. The manner in which you fought up until now will greatly influence the difficulty of this game. Um, so that's interesting. First of all, the fact that so it's essentially that yes, we are going behind the scenes maybe in episode 4, trying to figure out what the fuck is actually happening. outside of the game between Battler and Beatrice. Um, this thing about I guess maybe it's just flavor text, but it's like the manner in which you fought will greatly influence the difficulty. Makes it sound like there's like choices and stuff, but like there's no choices in this game. It's all visual novels. So basically, I just I just need to figure out what the hell is going on because, um, yeah, yeah. Let's do episode 4. So why start that ominously? I'm just waiting for it now for something entirely different because that's just how these things episodes seem to start. Helicopters? Oh god, what's happening now? First day, right? The Majora. Oh no, the Majora's Mask music. I mean, Majora's Mask title screen. Mm. You're right, Butlerkin. All right, we're already on the ground. Ha ha ha. It's so funny. It's a nice family reunion. We're totally not being trapped in a. Oh, like, we're not really trapped in an endless loop. It's more just like Battler is being forced into purgatory where he has to watch endless versions of it, variations of it. Oh, huh. Sumi-san couldn't handle vehicles. Interesting. Being in high spirits is such a wonderful thing. That is true. Oh, sorry. Oh, never mind. It's just George. Oh no, wait, no. Or yeah, I'm just like I can imagine he just bumped into Ange, right? Fucking your half sister from the future. I feel like she's gonna be like the female protagonist, and if so, that'll be fun. There she is. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, it's just that usual like, oh, you suddenly bump into someone and like, oh, so it's got to be somebody plot relevant. Oh, cute! She's a little kitty. I can't stop everyone from going to Rockinjima, can I? You cannot. On October 4, 1986, you are not here. If I were, would stopping everyone really have been possible? Well, I can't imagine what a 6-year-old girl could do to make them turn back. Still, that's right. If you were in this place, the probability wouldn't have been 0. Wherever there's a probability greater than 0, I can seek out a miracle. If I hadn't been sick, and they hadn't left me behind... You were sick in bed starting October 3rd, 1986, and Bito's game board is sealed off starting October 4. You are not given a chance to avoid getting sick. In other words, it would normally be absolutely impossible for you to enter her game board. Thanks for being patronizing. I know that. I know that just seeing father, mother, and Oni-chan healthy like this, even that alone, is a spectacular miracle. Aww. Sorry about the sarcasm. I won't waste the miracle you've given me. I'm glad to hear it. Come, let us go with them. To Rokkenjima. All of the pieces are already gathered. The curtain will open on the 4th game. By this time, Bito and Battler will already be seated. To Rokkenjima. To where to where everyone's fates changed. The Rokkenjima of October 4, 1986. What happened on that day? I'll expose it. I'll learn what it is, and I'll bring them back. Oh, here we go. Alright. Very quick intro this time. Is that different? I feel like former Beatrice was... No, this feels definitely different. Have the intros been new every time? Yeah, no, this is definitely different. I forgot about Maria. She's also a witch, right? So, goddamn. There she is. God, now I want to look at all the other intros again, but like that would be, you know, I might find spoilers. Oh, this is okay. So this is Beatrice's room, the place with all the gold. Hello, Renove. Good morning, milady. My, you do appear to be in a good mood. What a pleasant awakening you seem to have had. What do you mean, pleasant awakening? I was so excited I couldn't sleep a wink. After all, the curtain is rising on the fun 4th game. I really ran that battler into the ground last time. Ah, the look on his face when he was like, "You tricked me! That was so pathetic!" Even so, is that guy still feeling down? Feeling down, you say? Well, that's right. The man's a bit too trusting for his age, isn't he? Indeed. Although you could call that his charm. Didn't he totally fall for that one last time? Yes, totally and splendidly. He violated the purity of one never deceived since the time of his birth, as well as his rosebud-like innocence, all to your heart's content. Even and the joy of dashing across a field covered in beautiful new snow and across a winter morning and trampling it completely wouldn't even begin to compare. Yeah, you violated the audience too. Also, thought if he was too disheartened to join us at the table, even though the fourth game has finally started, that would be such a pain. So I came to you thinking that it'd be better to prepare a countermeasure for that case beforehand. I'm sad to say that your North Wind and the Sun strategy gave Battle Summer quite a shock. Oh, a shock you say? How bad of one? In truth, he has been crouching and clutching at his knees for quite some time now. I spoke to him several times, but he did not answer. I also brought him some food, but he never even touched it. That is troublesome. Is he really feeling that down? It is only natural. After all, you thoroughly beat him down, my lady. That would make most people start to distrust humans. Oh, distrust of humans! How convenient! Let him give up on humans and trust witches! Ha ha ha! Oh. Sorry, I shouldn't fool around too much. Is it really that serious? Should we just wait a little bit longer before beginning the fourth game? Lady Berncastell's guests will be arriving, so it may be best to open the fourth game quickly. However, perhaps you ought to show a little concern for Battler's feelings, my lady. Concern? Show concern, you say? Should I do that? He is feeling down, so... Oh, that's right. Shall I cheer him up? When a person is dark, hard as... Yeah, anyway, probably not a good idea. Damn it, quit messing around! Get my breakfast back, damn it! If you give it back now, I'll let you up with a single flick to the forehead. But just you try eating it. Okay. Yay, yahoo! Good morning, Battler! Are you still moping so early in the morning? It's the beginning of a new day and a new game, so let's get our spirits up! I was gonna say, the music needs to cut off, like, right now. Good morning, Beatrice-sama. Hey, morning, Beto. Glad to see you cheery this morning. Battler? What's going on? Renov? He looks totally fine, doesn't he? He isn't clutching his knees, and he's answering. Wait a sec, you said he was in the middle of eating. Oh no, he was sleeping like a baby in his futon, clutching his knees. I informed him that it was time to wake up, but he just wouldn't rise. I tried to feed him, but yeah, anyway. Seems that a naughty cat wanted it and prevented that. You tricked me! You should talk. Weren't you the one who played that massive trick last time? I don't have a clue what's going on. It looks like you got what you deserved. By the way, Renov, nice one. Thank you very much, Battler-sama. Huh. Don't take me so lightly. Did you really think I'd still be hiding in a corner, holding my knees? Then who was that person crying their eyes out in frustration last time? You could have gathered your tears in a jar and called it face lotion. Shut up. That was just because I was a little surprised by your crappy act. Might have looked a little lame, but I don't think the same move will work twice. Of course not. And don't disappoint me by falling for the same move over and over again, okay? Yeah, just you watch. I'll show you that I'm a guy who gets stronger every time he's beaten down. Like a Saiyan. But Beto, guess what? Don't do it again. Oh? Why is that? So you really are weak against a rear attack. You and I are enemies, and will certainly never join forces. I now understand that clearly. So don't you ever try to trick me about that fact again. You say that, but knowing your weaknesses, I'll. You hear me? Don't do it again. I don't get it. I might do it again when you've forgotten, right? Don't do it again. Very well. You and I are worthy opponents. No matter how friendly our relationship, we will never be anything more than a pair of enemies. If you have not mistaken this, that is enough for me. That's right. I almost forgot you were my enemy for a second there. I won't embarrass myself like that again. I won't fall for your rear attack again. Never again. Seems I'm not the only one who cannot wait for the fourth game. I am pleased, Battler. Come, take your seat. Yep, just how I like it. Those little tricks won't work anymore. Stop acting so tough. You remain in a state for surrender for the last mystery of the previous game, the mystery of Nanjo's murder. My answer for that one's still on hold for now. But that doesn't mean I've lost heart. I'll definitely break your red truth, and show you that I can deny witches. A commendable attitude. You truly are a man like a phoenix. Don't betray my expectations. With that, let us raise the curtains on the fourth game. Before that, please we must welcome a new guest. A guest? You remember as well, correct? That mystery girl who appeared at the very end of the last game without an invitation, ruining my fun? That person. She says she wants to join our game. I sent her an official invitation, inviting her to join this match. Renault, summon our guest. There's no need. I'm already here. My. Rude. All you had to do was greet us as soon as you arrived. Oh, here we go. Okay, so that's all the same. Beatrice is not here. So Ange, the endless witch who will live for 1,000 years in the future. Or perhaps she's a hunter of witches who will fell them all. Witches cannot be felled if they are not understood. Witches cannot be felled even if they are understood. To understand witches and yet deny them. Only this contradictory power gives her the blade with which to fell witches. That's all the same. Okay, hang on. Witch of Certainty, live for 1,000 years. She thinks of Beatrice's game as a bird cage enclosing Bern Castell. Her goal is an eternal tie. She'll ally with Beatrice as general, but she'll support Battler when it looks like he's about to resign. Then when it looks like Beatrice, yeah. The willpower of Certainty is far stronger than the Endless, which just repeats over and over idly. Witch of Miracles, to defeat Beatrice in her game, she threw in a piece called Ange. The Voyager witches who cross the Sea of Fragments are far superior to the witches who cannot leave their own territories. While they may be on an even footing inside this territory, her true magical power far surpasses that of Beatrice, what is sought by those witches who repeatedly voyage and attempt to escape boredom. Okay. So Beatrice doesn't have the ability to change timelines or fragments. I don't make a habit of talking to people before punching them. After I punch is a different story, though. Oh, and what would you say? Good night. Have a nice dream. How amusing! How truly amusing! Ew. You sure are a fighter. Yeah, I guess they do have similar hair colors. I guess it makes sense. You helped me out of the game in the last game. Thanks for that. I don't need your gratitude. You were just slacking off. I only told you to open your eyes. Yeah, that's so true. Stop slacking off, Battler. Yeah. Well, looks like someone hates me. I'm just annoyed that you aren't taking this fight seriously. Are you saying I'm not serious about this? Don't tell me that travesty earlier was you being serious. Don't take me for a fool. How long do you intend to play along with the witch's farce like this? I'm fighting Vito in my own way. And doing it seriously, of course. Seriously? Don't make me laugh. You keep on drinking tea and chatting with the witch for all eternity and call that fighting seriously? Keep the jokes to just your hairdo. Well, that's because I wasn't used to this witch's game in the beginning. I've been through a lot of harsh stuff. Still, I'm finally starting to see how to fight. And I'm getting the knack of doing it. The pathetic way I've been acting makes it look like I haven't been serious to you. You're just wrong. Is that so? Of course, I know I've got to close in a lot more before I can grab Vito by the collar. No matter how long that distance may be, it's still finite. And in each game that passes, I'm steadily closing that distance, step by step. No matter how long it takes, I'll close in on that witch, and I'll definitely checkmate her. It might take 1,000 years, to use her phrase, but even so, I'll definitely win sooner or later. Why? Because I definitely won't accept losing. I definitely won't stop moving forward, closing in on her. In other words, there's just one thing I can say for sure. I will definitely win against that witch someday. That's how it is. You really don't sound like you're in a hurry. Are you even trying to win? Even the finite can become endless if you treat it the wrong way. Right now you've become an Achilles who couldn't even outstrip a turtle. I get it. So this is why I'm needed. At this rate, there's no way you could win against the Endless Witch even after 1,000,000,000 years. Who are you? It's not like you'll be struck by lightning if you just tell me your name. I don't want to tell you I'm your half-sister from the future, because that's stupid even by witch logic. I know it's stupid, but for some reason, it feels true to me. But that can't be right. A person's supposed to be supposed to still be 6 years old. You couldn't possibly be Ange, could you? If I were to say, that's right, would you believe me? Hmm, I'll put it another way. If I said, I am your ally, so trust me, would you believe it? Would you unconditionally trust some unknown girl you're meeting for the first time just because she looks a little like someone you know? It's because you're such a softie that you got tricked so easily in the last game and cried so bitterly. You said it yourself. That kid is 6, right? Do I look like I'm 6? If I were to claim that I'm that kid despite that, would you just swallow that story? If you say it like that, there's no way I can argue back. Sorry. That's right, I am a softie. And that should have been made clear to me after the last game. Is that what you meant when you said I wasn't being serious? Yes. You may think you're fighting against a witch, but you're just getting along with her and playing. You're just playing at fighting a friendly game of chess. There may be a serious contest for you, but looking at it from far away, I only see you two playing around and following the rules like you're good friends. That's harsh. But as long as you're unable to win at this game, you won't be released from this place. That's why I came. I came to bring this game to its conclusion. You claim that you're closing in on the witch, but you're just like a hamster running around in a wheel. Oh, one of those things that run around and round in place night after night. At a glance, you might think running around in a wheel is endless. Endless witch Beatrice. It's just like you. He thinks he's fighting, but he's actually just running around in a wheel while making fool of himself. Oh, I don't know. This isn't a game. This is nothing more than a cage to shut him up in for all eternity. Oh, you liken my endless to something like a wheel that a mouse plays in. Interesting, interesting. Something that's endless in a certain dimension can be less than endless in a higher one. The fact that a Menja sponge has infinite surface only matters in a world of less than 3 dimensions. In the three-dimensional world of reality, it has zero mass. Not only is it endless, it doesn't even exist. Not endless. What an assertive woman. It seems you are worthy of being called my enemy. Who are you? I am your ally, and an enemy of witches. Of course, you don't have to believe it. No one can prove that I am really your ally. On the contrary, it's more desirable that you keep your guard up strongly enough to find me very suspicious. That's right. Last time ended up pretty bad. I've got to be at least that careful. I don't plan on getting tricked twice. People don't just get tricked out of the blue. That only happens when they fail to check things for themselves and leave it to other people. Saying that you thought the light had turned green just because you saw other people cross out crossing doesn't count as an excuse for getting into an accident. Get it? Yeah, I get it. You're telling me not to swallow information given to me by others, but think for myself. In the past, I swallowed all the magic Beto showed me. I stopped thinking, so I was useless. I'll offer you advice in a way that works to your advantage. Of course, you shouldn't swallow everything I say, because no one can provide certain proof that I'm your ally. Yep. So I don't need you to unconditionally trust me. You might as well take my advice as nothing more than an opinion to be considered. After all, the player who's fighting in a game against the witch is you. No, I'm not an outsider, but Beatrice and Ushirmi are battler, and I, who gaze from above. It's almost like a fight in the shape of a triangle. At a glance, it might not look like a unified front, but anyway, I don't know what this means. We're shooting from different positions and different angles, so I won't get along with anybody. That's how I'll keep my own position separate and catch the witch in a pincer attack. Are you okay with this, Battler? This girl may actually be an ambush I set up, right? She might just be saying something plausible to gain your trust, right? Maybe. She's been saying that over and over again herself. So of course I can't blindly accept her advice. But as to whether she's worthy of trust or not, I can think for myself and make a decision. As long as I don't stop thinking for myself, I won't be tricked by anyone again. What confidence is showing me a Battler? After you've said so much, it makes me want to trick you all over again, you see. I can't wait to see what kind of face you'll make when you realize you've been duped once more. How pleasant. Looks like you know my name, but I don't know yours. Tell me. Gretel. Guess no. You're? That's my name, dumbass. Call me Gretel. And should I call myself Hansel? Just kidding. I'm Ushurimi, a battler. Call me Battler. Nice to meet you. I hate handshakes. Don't take it personally. Not really? Sorry. After all, it isn't certain that you're my ally. And you just told me to keep my guard up, too. Battler, think deeply about why you must win against this witch. You can't stop with something abstract like, I'll beat her because I don't like it. Have a deep conviction that you'll definitely defeat this witch and escape from this world. Because there is definitely someone waiting for you to come back. Aww. For that kid's sake as well. Good. That should be enough of an introduction about Gretel or whoever. I'm trying to remember what happened on October 4. Let the curtain open on the fourth game. Oh, so this is from Angela's perspective. Damn it. Dumbass. How long are you gonna joke around and play with a witch in a place like this? Come back quickly. Honey-chan, don't leave me all alone. And realize how cruel and lonely the world I'm isolated in is. Welcome to Rokujima, the island you all know and love. Or do you? Anja's future, saying this year Academy after 1986. What the hell? Okay, I guess we're not doing Rokujima now. Well, this is gonna be. This is gonna. This is. I feel like this is gonna be depressing, huh? Aw, she's cute. Oh, great. Don't get me. Don't tell me they do Gokigenyo, right? Hang on. Wait, can I? Can I? I mean, I can't read Japanese. What am I saying? If they're saying Gokigenyo, I can't read that shit. Although, theoretically, I could. I know this is like almost saying, oh, you're not thinking for yourself, but. So, if I go into the Google Translate, see what that says, and then say, what does it say? Does it translate? It is. It is Gokigenyo. Yep. 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 I should do that now. Now I'm like I could do that if I ever want to. I can read it. I can put it on the picture and then read the romanji of it, and then. Oh, she looks very depressed there. Yeah, but you know what? Fair enough. I was dark because I was disliked. Gokigenyo, Yushiro-san. You seem to be in a bad mood this morning. Were you able to get enough sleep? Is there some business you have with me? You're the only one who has not submitted her questionnaire for the class presentation, Ushiro-san. Did you forget the deadline was yesterday? I wasn't given a questionnaire. Yeah, he's probably easy to get custody of a child if you've got all that fucking money. He must bear all the glory and history of the Ushiramiya family. And in order to make you a fitting successor to bear that, the rest of your life will be dedicated to frantic studying. Sacrifice the rest of your life for the Ushiramiya family. Mm. Oh no. Child abuse! Yay! You could take your furniture, right? Oh, wait, hang on. I thought that her diary was in the first timeline. I guess this wasn't the one that. Yeah, I don't know. No. What did she write in it? Sorry to keep you waiting, Maria Oni-chan. One-chan, sorry. Maria One-chan. Could you let me hear your story again? Oh no. Oh no. She's got an alternate personality too. And you were slow getting here today. Was it packed at lunch? Yes. It's always packed. Groups of friends set up camp in the seats and they stay here even after they finish eating. It's pretty fatal if you get to the dining hall late. I was on cleanup duty today. I eat fast. The faster you eat, the more you can fight. Ooh. Then let's start our story for today. How far did we get yesterday? This far. Until you got Sakutaro as a present. Maria One-chan. No, One-chan. You promised that you'd tell me about Sakutaro. Eh, let's talk about Sakutaro. You know, Sakutaro is a really cute stuffed animal. I'm sure you'd like him too, Aunt. Yeah, tell me that story. The only time I can relax at school is when I'm listening to your stories during lunch break. I'll tell you about it. Sakutaro was really, um. Oh my goodness. So, sorry, this is a flashback inside a flashback inside of a flashback. You never used to eat much, did you, Maria One-chan? Is it really alright to order that much? It. I can't eat very much, but I like to have a lot lined up. You know, like on a birthday table. If it's colored all over with red and blue and green and yellow, it makes you really happy. Good lord. So, like, a traumatized 18, well, like, maybe like 16-year-old is like hallucinating a traumatized 9-year-old speaking to her. This is just so many levels of fucking mental trauma. Auntie Rosa? Okay. I wanted to call it Sakura, but it's a male lion, so she told me to give it a boy's name. So I added the Taro and called him Sakutaro. Eventually they're like, oh, Satukakutaro. Why Sakura? The main character oh god damn it. Hi.